down from Camp Beagle to lovely sunny Brighton. We've been a protest camp outside of MBR Acres Limited in Huntington. We've been there for a year now, just over a year, just highlighting what goes on because they're bred for vivisection, you know, and in this day and age you don't need to do any experiments or anything. So we've got a national outreach. There's 74 towns, so it's like a really big event.
Record breaking,
It's record breaking.
Yeah,
isn't
this
it?
is unprecedented.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just here to raise awareness of it. That, you know, they go to these laboratories, toxicology most of the time, these contract testing laboratories, and they leave MBR Acres when they're about 20 weeks old, and they're there for 2 or 3 months. They're basically poisoned to death. They're killed after it, so you don't need to do it, you know.
Well, the science has been completely debunked. Yeah. It's been shown to be a complete and utter fraud. It's buoyed by money, reputation, ego, and basically it's just the way that things have been done. It's the whole industry, the whole vivisection industry hasn't been reviewed for about 120 years. What other industry in the world can go without review?
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. So we're calling for the EDM 175. That's one of the parts of the campaign. It's just one of the prongs of the campaign, which would ask for a full scientific review of vivisection, its efficacy, and the morals behind it.
And we just want people to know, you know, at MBR Acres, they're not just a breeding facility. That's bad enough. But they've actually got a project licence, and they actually drain their blood and their organs. They harvest their organs at this place, and it's just not right. And they do it without anaesthetic as well, because they don't want that to affect the results. So they're more than a breeding facility. They're just very
reasons, isn't it? It's the size as well.
Yeah.
They've got relatively big paws proportionally, so it's about the taking of the blood. They're very compliant, they're very docile, they're very eager to please. I think which makes the whole process even more macabre. So these dogs are so trusting, and they just want to please the people that are holding them captive, and will ultimately be sentencing them to a torturous life and then death. And these dogs just want to please. They never bite, they never attack, and it's just the worst kind of betrayal. It makes, and I personally didn't even know about vivisection. I've been a vegan activist for now 8 years, and vivisection was completely under my radar. I thought that it had been a done deal in the 90s with all the bunny logos and the cruelty free. All that's happened is the industry's gone underground, and they've been very, very clever about hiding it from the public. These facilities are called innocuous things like MBR Acres, which could be anything, and they're hidden away.
They are, and you know, now we've got footage that shows the beagles actually inside MBR Acres, and the stress that they go through. They're running up and down, you know. They say that they're happy. They're definitely not happy. They don't come out of the cages, actually, you know, so it's just,
and we
it has
hear
to
them.
stop.
We hear them. We hear them, we smell the smell. I mean, we were... When you're there, it's such a polarity of emotions. You feel so galvanised because you're around. This is a camp I'm talking about, which is set up outside the compound MBR Acres. So you're surrounded by people that are just dedicating their whole lives, literally every second of every day, to raising awareness and stopping this facility from doing what it does.
And to keep an eye on them, because, for example, the other day, we through footage, one of the workers actually carrying one of the beagles, and it was actually lifeless. You know, there's no checks, nothing. They can actually do what they want to them. There's no checks.
Because it's shrouded in secrecy. There's actually a bill that was passed, I don't know when it was, I think it was Tony Blair's government, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
That passed a bill that shrouds the whole industry in secrecy. And if we have welfare concerns, which we do, we've tried reporting it to the police, we've tried reporting it to the RSPCA, and they're untouchable. They are untouchable. The industry is so cloistered and so protected, and one has to wonder why. If what they're doing has some moral or scientific merit, be more transparent. Show us, but they won't. And we hear the cries of the beagles, we smell the stench, you smell basically rotting carcasses. It's absolutely heart-wrenching, but we are at the precipice now, but we can't afford to be complacent. We need to keep up the pressure.
Keep the pressure up. And we're here today because I thought, it had gone out with the smoking beagles in the 80s. It's obviously not, they're still doing it. So we just want to let people know. And we're a nation of animal, a nation of animal lovers, dog lovers. It shouldn't be happening. They're a big American company, actually. They do have them worldwide, these breeding facilities. They've got one, which is the one where the protest camp is. And they do have another facility in the UK. As far as we know, it doesn't breed dogs, but it does breed guinea pigs, a couple of other smaller animals, but it's worldwide. It's an American company, in the UK. They are meant to have checks. They don't have many checks, and we've been told now that they're going to start to do them on Zoom. This is a very new thing. They're going to try and do them on Zoom. You can't possibly go in and check on the welfare of the animals and everything from a Zoom. We don't actually believe they're a legal company.
No.
Because it's the only company you have to have a monopolies licence in the UK if you're just going to, like they sell beagles, there's no other place in the UK that sells them. We've asked for that now because we believe they haven't actually got a monopolies licence that they're meant to have, which would maintain that they're going to be legal. So there's a lot of things happening, on all different areas. So we're pushing for that now.
We're just really concerned.
We're
Activists,
concerned.
citizens.
It's a group of people. We call Camp Beagle because we've got the camp outside. But we do have a website. We have a lot of information. If you go to www.campbeagle.co.uk, we've got a lot of information, and they can help by signing. We've got a petition, which is up on our Facebook page. Actually, it'd be really great if everybody could sign that. And it's just raising awareness.
Yeah,
really.
talk to people. Talk to people. Have conversations.
Yeah.
Get it out into the public consciousness.
Write to your MP. Actually,
and hold actions. Get out on the street. Even if you haven't done this before, we cannot afford to be complacent about this. We need to keep the pressure up. And even if you're one person, and even if it's terrifying, I beg of you, do something, because these animals suffer the most torturous existence for nothing. We don't know if the experiments have been replicated. We don't know if they are frivolous. We don't know whether they have any merit whatsoever, which actually they don't. They don't.
And they can do the same experiment over and over again because there's no regulation either.
No scrutiny.
No database to say, they've done this experiment before, so they can do it time and time again with these animals. So
it's all about money. It's all about money. It actually precludes medications and things coming onto the market. It doesn't help medications coming onto the market. At every different angle you look, it is the most abhorrent, most fraudulent, most despicable industry, and it has no place in our society. And we won't stop.
No,
we're not going anywhere. We're just going to be doing this, and we're going to up the ante and continue exerting the pressure and telling more and more and more people.
Just need to tell everyone.